Hey, what's going on, tribe? It's Red again, just hitting you guys up with another video. If you're new to my channel, welcome. So guys, I'm not even sure what to call this video. So if any of you guys have got a suggestion what to call it, just hit the comments and let me know. Because this come to me last night and I thought, oh yeah, let me just let me speak about it, because it was coming to me last night and I was like, oh yeah, let me just do a video on it, just to put it out there. Let me send you guys some blessings: peace, love, light, oneness, unity, abundance, and health, forgiveness. Well, yeah, let me just begin, innit? Let me just begin. Well, first of all, the first thing that comes to me is, with all this, well, nowadays, people think spirituality is like a trend. Oh yeah, I'm into crystals, I'm into healing, oracle cards, and all this other shit. And it's like, okay, well, it's not really new age, because these times people was practicing tarots and healing from way back. So it's not new age. So people, it's becoming a trend. Like healing's becoming a trend, and it's like, all right, cool. So you have to, yeah, a lot of people talk the talk but can't walk the walk, should we say, from what I've been observing on my journey. For how long have I been at 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21? Yeah, I've been on my inner journey, my spiritual path, for like 7 years now. But I was always in tune, and I knew I was just different from a kid. I knew I was just different. Something was just different, innit? And now I know why, because I'm not like everyone else and like the muggles and all that, should I say. Like, yeah. But yeah, so spirituality's kind of become a trend, like people wearing crystals and saging and using Santo Polo and stuff like that. I'm not saying people ain't onto healing or whatever. Don't get me wrong. I'm not judging anyone. I'm just throwing it out there. But yeah, it's become a new trend. It's like, oh yeah, if you're not into healing and all this shit, and it's like, yeah, you're not a part of or whatever. So it's like, yeah, okay, cool. But then so there's that about like spirituality becoming a trend, like, oh, this new age shit. And it's like, dude, it's like it's from it's the old age, really, to be fair. Like witches were getting burnt at the stake and all this shit for having gifts and sharing their gifts with others. And healers, Jesus was a healer, do you know what I'm saying? So like we're just basically becoming more conscious of it and using yeah, Jesus. My view is it. My view on it. Jesus come down to show like the masses. Yeah, we use when God says in the Bible and stuff. When they says we're expressions of God, like we are expressions of the God, where the universe experiencing itself basically. So when Jesus come down, he's come to the masses and shown the masses, oh yeah, I can heal your illnesses and diseases and stuff. And instead of the masses thinking, okay, yeah, I can be like him, they decided to worship him. Yeah, so they just took the whole thing away. That they took the whole point of Jesus coming down to show the masses like the way of being, and they just took it and just put him on a pedestal and started worshiping him. That's my view on it. So yeah, spirituality's become a trend. And another thing is that I've started to realize is there's a lot of spiritual teachers out there that talk about healing and manifesting and all this and that, but they're not actually telling you how to do it. They can talk the talk, but not showing you how to do it. Like I've been watching certain videos and it's like, oh, okay, that sounds really cool. And then when you start deep in it, it's like, okay, you're telling everyone about manifesting and this and that, but you're not actually telling them or explaining them how to do it, if that makes sense. Like even oh, what's it called? What's that bloody book called? Oh, I can't remember what it's bloody called. The Secret, I think it's called. I haven't read it. I've watched the video on it though. And everyone in the video, they're talking about, oh yeah, manifesting. I'm manifesting my big house and this and that. And it's like, okay, but they don't actually tell you how to manifest. So it's all good being a spiritual teacher. Don't get me wrong. Spiritual people people in the spiritual community, basically, when it comes to knowing your self worth and knowing not knowing, it's about energy is it's about give and take. So yes, it's okay to charge for your services, yeah, but for some reason, either spiritual people tend to this is what I've witnessed, either tend to cut themselves short, like undercut themselves, like basically be of service and try to do it for the bare minimum and not even making bread, or they overcharge. Yeah, so there's no middle ground. I think that's one of our lessons. It's knowing about self-worth and finding the middle ground, because you want to be of service and you want to be affordable to like people who want help and guidance. Yeah, that's what I've been trying to balance myself out doing. But yeah, from videos and stuff that I've been watching on YouTube, and when I'm just inquiring on people, oh yeah, how much is this and stuff like that, and certain things to help me on my spiritual path, it's like, whoa, like, okay, cool, like I see where you're going with that, but it's cool, I understand, it's cool. So there's that about spiritual people, people in the spiritual community knowing their self-worth. And that's to do with the solar plexus, confidence, willpower, and stuff. So that's totally cool. I get it, because that's one of my lessons kind of now as well. But I'm just like, I'm an observer. I just sit and observe and just see how the things are playing out in general. And what else was there? There was okay. This is another one. Healing. All right. When I speak. So many people come to me. And question me about healing and my journey, because they've seen my transformation of who I used to be into the person who I am now. Because if you know me back in the day, I was on my stuff in it. That's what I'm saying. So when people see me, it's like, wow, you've changed. You've gone a complete shift. If I didn't have my awakening, yeah, I would have been dead or in jail. That's it. That's the route that I was gonna go down. And let me just throw this out there, because I try to be as genuine as possible. And after my ego death and my dark night of the soul or spiritual awakening, pushed me to attempt suicide. You know, like it pushed me to the brink. My emotional threshold just couldn't withstand what it was going through at the moment. So it just, yeah, I just end up it was a few times I attempted a few times on that, and my pattern was always self-sabotaging, risk taking and stuff like that. It's just yeah, if someone says I can't do something, I'll show you I can do it, innit? Or if someone's like, oh, that's dangerous, I'll just attempt it because I can try, because I can, and I'm me, and I'll show you guys, like I'll give it a go, innit? So when people, I'm still a bit impulsive, and I'm still a risk taker on that, but not to the extremes how I used to be, in it. So when I see people now and they're saying about the healing and they want healing and stuff, my first thing is I ask them about I just not judging them or anything. I just question their decisions. Like, yeah, if they tell me some of their experience, I just ask them on their decisions, like their decisions making. And then most of the time, when people tell me their decisions making, I'm like, dude, you're not ready for healing. You're really not ready for healing. It's all good wanting to be healed, but are you ready for the healing? You gotta ask yourself, do you really want it? Because healing ain't easy, you know. Healing is not for the faint-hearted. And yeah, people think spirituality is all love, light, and peace and all this shit. Listen, a lot of love and light comes from a lot of darkness and pain. That's all I'm saying. Like the dark night of the soul, ego death, and awakening, it will push you to the edge. That's all I'm saying. It'll push you to the fucking edge. I've been there several times. I'm currently experiencing something as well. Yeah, it's just my anxiety is just high at the moment. I don't know why. But yeah, so when I question people about their decisions makings and stuff, people just really ain't ready for it. Like, are you ready to let go of the things that are no longer serving you? Are you ready to stop making decisions to what's bringing you more pain and hurt? Are you ready to make the decisions to stop certain patterns and um, make certain lifestyle changes that are basically not for your highest good? Are you still hanging around with certain people that are on a different path to you, that are just stuck in a negative karmic cycle? Are you ready to break free of that? Questions you need to ask yourself, because yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy at all. It's not easy. And then another one is, do you love yourself enough to tell yourself no? Is another question, because I've had to tell myself, listen, you can't be doing certain things, Doug, because them things ain't gonna be lead. Listen, if I still make certain decisions that I used to make, I'll be going back to the old me, and that's who I'm not trying to be, because the old me, yeah, I'm just not that person anymore. And then certain decisions that I make now are based on the new me, and the new you is gonna cost you the old you. Are you ready? Are you ready for that? Are you ready? Because when I went through my ego death and spiritual awakening, listen, the way I dress now is not how I used to dress. Listen, man will be hoodied up, black, all black and that, yes. Listen, man was on job in it, that's all I'm saying. But when you see me now, I'm all colourful, bright and shit with my hippie shit on and fucking jeans and skinny jeans and skateboarding and that. That's not who I used to be, innit? That's all I'm saying. That's not who I used to be. So the person that I present now, listen, a man could tell you some stories, and man could, listen, there's a lot of, listen, it takes a lot to keep this demon in cage, you know. Listen, it keeps a lot. That's all I'm saying. And there'll be situations where you'll be tested to go back to the old you, to let things out. Because man could like run my mouth and bad up people, innit, if I really wanted to, innit. But no, man's trying to hold it down and be humble, innit. Because that's not who I'm trying to be. Like I used to judge people and shit, like for doing certain things or dressing a certain way. And it's like, bruv, like, nah, who the fuck am I to judge? I ain't perfect. I've been through shit. Like, bruv, we're all human. We're all one. So you ain't no better than the next brother. Yeah? So yeah, healing takes a lot. It takes a lot, and it's gonna cost you everything you got. Literally, it's gonna cost you everything you got. Like before, I weren't really, not really. I was kind of into my material shit, but I've never been one to be material shit. Like, yeah, I was a money getting money and that, but like material shit and keeping up with the Joneses and that weren't really me. Getting money was my thing, innit? While people was out doing certain things, I was hitting the block and getting bread. That's all I'm saying. So now, kind of coming into like awakening and letting my soul express how it wants to be. It's like, dude, I'm more like, me personally, like rocking Paradas. Man got Paradas in there. Man got Gucci and all that in there, yeah. But man don't wear it. Man don't like, because it's not me. It's not me who I am anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? Man know about Prada, Gucci, and material shit, designer. Man know about that. Man been there, innit? But designer shit, it looks good, but it's so uncomfortable on the body. Man would rather my hippie shit than the designer at these times where I'm at now. But the person I used to be, you think man would go into man wouldn't even go into the pound shop. That's how bad it was. Man wouldn't even go into a charity shop. Man be like, right, that you man there, yeah? That you man? Nah, dog, that not me, sir. That's not me. But nah, listen, me, I love a charity shop these times. And man will tell you, man's got some good bargains from a charity shop, dog. That's how, yeah. So things shift, and things change. And you got to kind of, I'm a Capricorn, so I'm stubborn. I don't like change. So I've been trying to incorporate change in my life in general, small little bits like now and again, to get used to change, because the way the world don't stop for nobody, yeah? And this is an important lesson to go. The world is always changing. Energy is fluid. It's always changing. So if you're trying to stay the same, you're going to be feeling a lot of difficulties and resisting the change. Yeah, man, know about resisting. Man, listen, I know about resisting. Man, used to shoot myself in the foot many times from stopping my own blessings coming in. And that's, I'm talking real, yeah. Man, stop bare blessings coming in just because I'm being stubborn. It's like, nah. Man, blew my foot off bare times just from being stubborn and saying, no, I'm not on, like, yeah, certain things and that. But yeah, we just got to go, learn to go with the change, and It's basically, from what I experienced, it's about dismantling the ego. We can't ever kill the ego, um, but the ego is meant to be used by the soul, not the soul. The ego used the soul, because my ego is, I've got a big ego in it. That's all I'm saying. But my soul is massive, and the times I've switched over to where my soul's running the show and my ego's on the back burner. Before, my ego was running the show and man used to be running up doing madness in it. That's all I'm saying. But now things have changed, and I've learned to tame my ego down. It still comes out now and again or whatever, and then I've got to tone myself down. Even in some of my videos, you watch like my language change and stuff. That's the ego kind of coming out, and then I got to kind of. It's alright to let it out sometimes and that, but there's certain situations where man got to turn it back in. Like even the way I talk, like man used to talk street, man would just be hooding it. But then my Bridgen, he was going through certain stuff, and he had to start presenting himself like speaking formal and stuff. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, man's growing up. Man got to start speaking formal as well. So yeah, man can use a bit of slang, but yeah, I had to start reining that in a little bit. Like man's growing, man got to change up and present myself differently, innit? So all a part of growth. It depends if you want to grow. Some people don't want to grow, and some people want to stay the same forever. That's up to them. That's a choice. So I was like, yeah. Yeah, he started changing or whatever. I kind of look at. It's funny because I said I looked up to him, and he said he actually looked up to me. So it's like it's one of them ones, yeah. So I'm like, alright, cool. And then so I started changing and all that. And then next minute, man, and then instead of speaking all formal, man's gone to hood and that. And I'm like, dude, like I can't be going back there, innit? Because when man was running road and doing madness, you was not on that, innit? So when I'm not on that, you're on that. Nah, dog, I'm not on that, fam. No, it's not happening. I can't be going back to who I used to be, because like I'm saying, there's only two outcomes for that, innit? And my son saved me. Shout out to my son as well. Yeah, he changed my life at 18. When I had him, that was the turning point. That was the turning point. Man was a different man, innit? Yeah, that's when things started to shift. Because if I didn't have him, yeah, I would have definitely been in them two situations, innit? So what else was there? Yeah, it was just about, yeah, you just got to ask yourself, are you ready for the healing? Because healing is painful, man. But it's worth it. It's definitely worth it, man. Because running around chasing material shit, yeah, I'm not interested in that. Ask yourself, what are you doing? Ask yourself, are the things that you're doing, is it making you genuinely happy? Ask yourself that. Does it make you generally happy? Are you, like, these times when you see man smiling, yeah, I'm smiling because it's coming from the soul and I'm happy and content, yeah. Man ain't got time to screw and all that. Man used to screw man all day, innit? Man would never smile, innit? Because man had a chip on my shoulder, innit? If you saw man and you was watching man, it could have ended in stuff, innit? That's all I'm saying. Well, man would run my mouth, innit? Like, yeah, like, listen, man got a bad mouth, you know. My mouth run wild. Listen, man got a lot to, this mouth took a lot to tame, you know. Swear down. But yeah, man, it's like once you start being your authentic, genuine self, don't fucking worry about everybody else. Worry about you. Are you genuinely happy? Can you smile? Even though everyone's got trauma and stuff, I've had mad pain, trust. But man, when I'm around good people and meet new people and that, and it's a vibe, listen, man's genuine. Man, I'm always genuine. When you see man tell you how it is, in it. That's what I'm saying. Like, if man don't like, I'm an open book. What you see is what you get with man, innit? That's what I'm saying. So yeah, I'll give you the best. I'll give you advice from what I've been through, innit? A man's been through a lot. So I'll just give you advice on where I've been through. Man ain't coming from a judgmental place. Man ain't judging anyone because I ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to change. But yeah, it was just a little video about how people think the new age is like, oh yeah, so it's a trend. It's not a trend. Either you want healing or you don't, or you're just trying to do it to fit in. And be careful of a lot of them. There's some intellectual people out there that talk a good game. It's all good reading shit out of a book, but have you actually experienced any of it? Have you experienced the inner pain and awakening and the dark night of the soul and wanting to fucking end it all? Ask yourself that. It's all good reading out a textbook and shit, but have you experienced any of it internally and externally? Have you seen your world crumble around you and emerge to a different world? Ask yourself that. Yeah, trust. I've seen some shit, and like man can teach you some shit as well. If you know me, innit, like man here to teach, innit. Yeah, it's part of my calling. I'm here to be of service. Um, but yeah, man, there's just a little video about how the spiritual community is kind of, it's like a new trend. Yeah, it's hippie. Like, oh, yeah, it's got to be hip and all this shit. It's like, dude, that's the old age. The hippies were on this in the 60s. It's not new. It's old. Yeah, we're just reliving it and calling it the new age. And a lot of it has been manipulated and that. And some people are going to be getting led down the wrong path by fake spiritual teachers, just to let you know. And yeah, asking yourself, do you really want healing? Are you ready for the healing? Because people spend a lifetime doing drugs and alcohol to escape the healing thing, and that's okay. But then don't think you ain't gonna reincarnate to still learn them lessons. So it's all good trying to avoid that, but yeah, you're coming back to redo that, innit? Because karma is a thing, and we're here to break karmic cycles in this lifetime. And what was the last one? What was the last one? Being your authentic self, being genuine. Are you ready for that? Because the only person the only person you need to be honest with in this whole world is your damn self. Don't worry about trying to please your brethren or your gyal or your family members. Do it for you. As soon as you start doing it for you, watch your whole world change. You start being genuinely happy. Happiness comes from in here, not external. Yeah, happiness is internal. Everything is internal, not external. Your external reality is a reflection of your internal reality. Just to let you guys know. But yeah, that was just a little video about yeah, not crazy talk, it's just straight facts. But yeah, if any of you's got any suggestions for the video, let me know anyway, please. But peace, love, and light, tribe, and I'm gonna hit you guys up real soon.